apparently you can't hike in Nova Scotia anymore, not even on your own property. And I'm talking camping, hiking, everything. If you even step foot in the woods, Nova Scotia is saying it's a $25,000 fine. Now, before you start doom scrolling, let's get into what's actually going on. The internet's rage baiting and the government's doing, well, whatever it is they do best. If you remember a few videos back, I was talking about how our government's trying to sell off BLM land and public national forests for, well, whatever it is they want to do. Logging, mining, whatever. So definitely go check that video out over here, wherever. But for today, let's talk about Nova Scotia. Here's the facts. Nova Scotia issued a burn ban and forest access shutdown. No hiking, no camping, no fishing, no wheeling, nothing in the woods, public or private, until at least October 15th. Yes, the fine is real. Yes, that includes your backyard forest. But no, it's not forever. And no one seems to be mentioning that part.
Take it here for, let me see if we can see that, $28,870.50.
One fine is $28,872.50.
Okay. I thought it was $25,000. It's $28,870.
Costs, victim fees, taxes.
Oh, victim fees.
Yeah.
This all started back in 2023 when Nova Scotia had two very severe fires. One was from a backyard burn that got out of control by a homeowner. The second one, people were literally setting tires on fire and rolling them downhill. So, plot twist, it wasn't hikers, it wasn't campers. But now, Nova Scotia government has decided that they're going to make the ban a permanent law so they can shut down forest access every summer, just in case. While we still have you here, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. But if you've enjoyed my past few videos, I highly recommend checking out our podcast, The Knock Waking Up Van Life. Me and my co-host, Bunny, have a bunch of different people on that are super awesome. We really like to stress the fact that van life isn't one size fits all. There's a lot of different ways to do it. And we discuss van life solutions, where to park, how to find safe camping spots, what to do if you get the knock, how to get into van life, how to get out of van life. And is van life moving towards homesteading? I don't know. We're going to get into all of this stuff. So you can listen to that wherever you get your podcasts. And we have video footage exclusively on our YouTube and Spotify. Now, let's get back to the video. I find it really frustrating, the narrative that the Nova Scotia officials are portraying versus the reality. Hikers, campers, nature lovers are the last people to be irresponsible out in nature. And unfortunately, they're now the ones being locked out. So why is that the case? Why is this the solution? Hiking and camping is how I decompress. It's what makes living in a van mentally, emotionally, psychologically doable for me and my husband. We cannot ignore that Nova Scotia had lives lost, people's homes destroyed, hundreds of thousands of people evacuated, millions of dollars spent. But at what point is this effectively and logistically protecting nature? And at what point does it just become insane government overreach? Let me know what you think in the comments. This isn't just happening in Canada. It's part of a much bigger trend. We're seeing no overnight parking, no overnight camping, no camping outside of the box, no camping permitted in certain parts of BLM land now. And they're selling public land, most certainly at least trying to. And we're just supposed to accept this? This is some footage of some of the officials, government officials in Canada discussing the hiking ban. And I feel like they've missed the mark a little bit here. Let's listen to what they have to say.
Get out of the woods and stay out of the woods. We are really hoping that at the end of all this, we will have issued 0 fines.
And here's the thing. She's following suit after what Nova Scotia did. This was in a different area. So this is starting to crop up everywhere. And what gets to me is like, there's other solutions. Like, you could do like specific areas that are more high risk for fires and just block those off. You could have daily updated fire maps, like, hey, these locations are a no-go today, to at least keep hikers and campers educated. You could do a fire risk permit. So at these times of year when fires are most prevalent, you could have a permit, which is like a fee that campers or hikers would have to purchase, which would limit people going and doing those things. People that actually really want to be there and respect the area would be the more likely people to be purchasing those permits and engaging in these activities. And then here's the guy from Nova Scotia. Sorry, I don't know all of their names. I'm from America, but yeah, let's hear what he has to say as well. Once again, it's very like we had no other option.
I'm losing sleep about what's happening. Must do everything possible to protect each other.
They're acting like this is the only plausible option, just to completely shut everything down. You could do time of day restrictions, so like certain times of day, just have it closed off, or like even if it was like, okay, no overnight camping, I kind of get that a little bit more. I mean, we've had burn bans here in Western North Carolina. We had some really bad fires for a while, and the burn ban just restricted like no fires, no open flames or anything like that, and it everyone was respectful and we figured it out somehow. Yeah, I don't know. They could have checkpoints. I just don't I guess like what's crazy to me is like, do they not have like enough Mounties or whatever they call their forest rangers there to just look over things? I guess what's frustrating to me is when there's always this level of government overreach, and it's like, what have you been doing with all of the money that we are forced to give you? I don't know how taxes work in Canada, but like here, we're taxed infinitely. And I'm like, okay, what are you doing with my money then? Why don't you have the resources? Oh, because you defunded it? You defunded it. Why then? Why did you defund it then? Because all this could have been responsibly maintained and regulated. But I digress. If you have any other suggestions on what they could have done besides completely ban everyone from enjoying the outdoors, let me know in the comments. Many residents feel that this is pure government overreach, with speculation that the closures are a pretext to enable logging or mining interests in BLM-style public land sales. So far, there's no credible proof linking the ban to resource extraction plans. However, officials continue to cite fire safety as the sole reason. As citizens, whether you're in Canada or the U.S., these kinds of policies raise bigger questions. If unchecked, could emergency-style bans erode our access to public land over time? It's something worth talking about and keeping our eye on. So, yeah, Nova Scotia's woods are closed for now, but what happens when for now keeps happening? Let me know what you think in the comments. Is this just common sense, or is it another example of the wrong people getting blamed and government overreach? If we don't start talking about this now and keep talking about it, I think we're all going to wake up one day and realize we don't even have the right to touch grass. Stay safe out there, and don't get bamboozled. If you enjoyed this video, or at the very least found it thought-provoking, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. We are Bamboozled Van Life. And if you want to keep the conversation going, head over to our Patreon, where we have group chats, blog posts, behind-the-scenes footage, and more. Stay safe out there, and don't get bamboozled.